We are live and ready to roll, Barb.
Hi everyone, welcome to Wildlife Wednesday. We're so excited to be here in the Wildlife Department in the new year, and I wanted to share with you one of our patients that we have that is going to be wintering over with us. So this is a big deal. And now that we're doing Facebook Live and we're going to be doing our Wildlife Wednesdays live, I want everyone to know that you can ask some questions, and if Bethany sees a good question, let me know, Bethany.
Will do.
I'm happy to answer those questions.
Cool.
I'm going to talk to you about Least Bittern. So, in order to get to know an animal, or anyone, the first thing you'd want to do is get to know their name. So when an animal comes into our wildlife department, the first thing we have to do is identify what species it is. In fact, we take in over 100 different species a year. Bethany, you might know that.
Yes, I do.
And this is a real special species. It's called the Least Bittern. And it, when we look at classification of animals, we break it down. So the order is Sycamniiformes. That's the order.
Obviously, Barbie.
Right, and Sycamniiformes, they're the storks, the ibises, the spoonbills, and those New World vultures are actually in it, which includes a condor. If you can believe that a condor is in the same order as a heron and a bittern, you'd be right. And then we break it down into the family, which is a little smaller classification.
Okay.
And least bitterns are part of the Ardeidae family.
Of course.
Of course. That includes the herons, right? The night herons, and the regular herons, the great blue heron as well.
So they're all over the place locally.
They're all over the place.
I
Now
love
the
them.
least bittern is a type of heron. It's
Okay.
actually a small, squat kind of heron, and
Well-
they're super specialized.
Okay, cool.
They're an aquatic species, so they spend a lot of time freshwater. By the way, it's like freshwater marshes, and they stand in the leads, and they have this super special adaptation. They have lines in the front of them. In fact, you can see right here. See these lines?
Oh, so they have camouflage, right?
Exactly. So when they stand up in the reeds, they're you can barely see them. They're
I've
very
never seen one
elusive.
out.
No, it's
Cool.
rare to see them out in the wild.
Okay.
So we're so lucky here in the wildlife department that we can see these animals up close and personal. And by the way, anyone out there who would like to see some of these animals up close and personal, we're in the process of starting new volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering with our wildlife department, we'd love to hear from you.
Cool.
In fact, we have 150 volunteers. We really can't do it without volunteers. So give me a call or email me about volunteering. Back to the Least Bittern. So this Least Bittern actually came in on November 1st.
Okay.
There was a huge windstorm. I don't know do you remember back in November?
Yes, I actually do.
Wow. So there was this big windstorm, and it blew this Least Bittern basically down and out, and it came in a little hungry, a little out of sorts. And by the time we got it ready to be released, because that's our goal, right?
Right.
Rescue, rehabilitate, and then release them back into the wild. Well, at the point when we were trying to release them, we went on eBird, which is this, it tells us where all the birds are.
Isn't it from Cornell?
It is.
I think that they have an awesome app. I have the app. So anybody out there who's interested in identifying birds, look up eBird.
Absolutely. In fact, we use it all the time because in some cases we have to release animals with other animals, especially during migration. We want them to be together. Well, when it was time to release this Least Bittern, all of the Least Bitterns were down in the Everglades.
Oh, so did he just fall out with it? I mean, do they flock? What would, he's just not with his
Well, the wind
buddies.
So as we're seeing more severe weather, we are seeing the effects on some of these animals.
Yeah.
So the severe wind just affected this particular bird in that it grounded them.
Do they usually go with flocks? Do you know? I mean, are they?
To be honest, Least Bitterns are singular animals.
Oh, okay.
They don't necessarily want to be with other people, but they have a tendency, right? They migrate at the same time. And if we release this guy, it was past the migration time, and he might not be able to
So the winds
survive
wouldn't have been good
the
for him to
winter
get down
and all
there?
the thing, right?
Okay.
Cold weather, that sort of thing.
Okay.
In fact, this Least Bittern, so we went back and forth, right?
Uh-huh.
We have an animal, all his friends are down in the Everglades. Do we drive him down to Florida?
Well, wouldn't that be really hard on him? Because birds are so sensitive.
Especially this bird that is very sensitive to stress.
Yeah.
So we went back and forth with our wildlife vet, of course. She
Yeah.
oversees everything we do. We even called a wildlife rehabilitation center in Virginia,
Oh,
thinking
cool.
that it could stop there on
Uh-huh.
the way and get a little break. We considered flying it down.
Oh.
All these things, but in the meantime, as we were trying to figure all that stuff out,
Uh-huh.
we had set up this beautiful little indoor habitat for the Least Bittern, and he seemed fine.
Oh.
So we decided, well, why don't we just wait it out, wait
Uh-huh.
over these next few months, and then release them in the spring when the Least Bitterns come back. Now that's not easy. I just want to tell you
Yeah.
that these animals, they're carnivorous animals. They eat live prey. So we have to feed it live fish all
Yeah.
the time, and it's super expensive.
Definitely.
In fact, if anyone wants to support what we do, this is another reminder. Please make a donation in support of this particular Least Bittern. You're welcome to do such. So I'm going to show you the little habitat.
Okay.
Now, I want you to also understand that we do not go. Oh, our phone is ringing live.
This is live.
And this is Dawn.
Dawn.
And she's our hospital supervisor.
And
I'm
it was
here for
dispatched
that.
and they already hung up.
Oh, they hung up. Rattle frack.
Well, at least you know it's extension 214.
Where was I?
We were talking about the bitterns habitat here in the wildlife
Right.
department.
So, and we'll go in there and I'll show you what we've set up. We actually made a little beach for him, some sand. Now you're barely going to be able to see this guy because he hides. We put live plants in there for him to hide.
Cool.
What's some things I wanted to mention about bitterns? So they are aquatic. They like fresh water. They like high dense vegetation. They're carnivorous. They eat live prey, and they have these really cool bills that are adapted to pierce and grab live prey. And their necks go into an S shape.
Oh, neat.
There's actually a sort of an adaptation on their sixth cervical vertebrae that allows them to pull back and jab, right?
Oh,
And
they're
that's
serious about
that's
lunch.
That's how they hunt. That's
Yeah.
right. They're very serious about lunch. And then I mentioned that they're solitary. They really do. They just hang out by themselves, which is a benefit for this heron that we could keep him over winter because they really don't spend time with others.
Do you have any idea about how old he is? Is he a juvenile? Is he an adult?
He's an adult.
Okay.
Most birds that we see out in the wild are adult. As soon as they come out of their nests, they're considered an adult.
Oh.
I don't know how old he is.
Oh, that's okay. I get-
necessarily.
yeah.
And I'm also guessing, based on the coloring, it's probably a female. The
Oh.
males have a little bit of black on them, and she looks like a gal.
Are her feathers more dull colored than the males?
Yeah, in general, we see that with birds.
All birds, yeah. The
It-
men get all the looks, whatever.
They're the pretty ones.
Yes,
That's
they
right.
sure are.
And they're, for the most part, bitterns and herons are generalists. They'll eat lots of different types of food. But our bittern really just likes live fish. We've tried to feed him crayfish and snails and all sorts of things. But really, this bittern just likes its live fish. The other kind of cool thing is that they're crepuscular.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, Bethany, crepuscular means that they tend to come out at dawn and dusk.
Oh, okay, like a lot of wildlife.
A lot of wildlife, right? They really just come out in the day for breeding purposes.
Okay.
So it's really rare to see them.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I've never seen one, and I go for a lot of walks outside. So this
Right.
is going to be really cool, I think.
Okay, so, and I mentioned we don't go in to just peek at this bird.
Right.
We have actually a camera up. where we can watch and see when the live fish start to dwindle down, and we'll fill the bowl with live fish.
Because you don't want to get him used, or her used to being with people.
Right.
And actually there is...
Yeah, this is actually a screenshot of the camera, because for whatever reason the website is down right now, so we don't have the website, but we're gonna go in. I actually have some live fish right here.
Okey
And
doke.
I'm gonna feed this Least
Now we'll
Bittern.
just you'll just put it down and leave,
Yeah,
right?
and we're gonna be
Yeah,
quiet
I
as
will.
we go in there, because
Okay.
we don't want to disturb her.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, is there a most bittern? Since there's a least.
No, but there is an American bittern.
Okay.
And this is the least one. It is smaller generally.
Okay, so Barbie,
Wow, we rattled its feathers
I
a
did
little
with
bit.
my knee on the table, so
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, not a problem. She'll be fine. Imagine you're just hiking out there and you maybe came up on it. No big
I feel
deal.
horrible.
Oh, don't feel
Poor
bad.
least bittern.
Well, it was really special that we could share it with some of our friends that like us on our Facebook. And I hope you enjoyed it, because they're really special birds. And if anyone has any questions about it, you can give me a call or you can email me. And I want to also mention that we have a talk coming up on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to learn more about what we do in the Wildlife Department, please come to our Wake Up with Wildlife this Saturday at 9:30, I believe.
Yep.
You have to RSVP and you have to sign up and register, so go to our website.
SPCA.org.
That's right, yourspca.org, and join us there. You'll meet our whole wildlife team. You'll see some volunteers that are going to do a demonstration and set up some habitats, and we'd love to see you.
Perfect. Thank you, Barbie.
Thank you.